a different style of racetrack, but I'm ready for it. We are green here at Irwindale. You check out the other
Green flag is out at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Sin City 110, Derek, underway. And green flag is out. We are off the racing here at 2 laps of this race. We got a wreck. Hold on. The 12 and 1 goes around. Trackers may finish second tonight. Out of turn 4, Colin Albert is going to win at Myrtle Beach. With Phil and Landon Lacey going to drive off turn 4 and win at Bristol Motor Speedway, the super late model. DJ. Welcome everybody to Stafford Motor Speedway. About to get started here in about 5 minutes. We're here for the NASRA PruittTeam.com Super Late Model Series. This is Season 2, race number 7, about to get underway here. And we got a great show, a great group of guys showing up so far. 23 drivers have put down a lap. About to be 24 here in just a second. Remember, only 25 make the show, so if anybody is going to come in, we may eliminate some guys. If not, then we'll run with what we have. Great group of guys in here. Colin Allman, Tim Bills, Donald Clark here top 3, Russell Charninsky, Michael Godwin. However, points leader Dante Curtis back in the 8th position right now on the board. I'm sure he'll be looking for something here on a long run. He currently comes in here leading by 17 points over Scott Alston. Russell Charninsky back in the 3rd position in points, 27 points back, 35 points back after that is Adam Jocelyn. Donald Clark currently 5th on the standings. So a lot of good drivers in here as we get set to go. Real fast peek at the track information. There you go. Half a mile track, very similar to Martinsville Motor Speedway, a little bit longer than Martinsville, but very similar from what I was told. A track temp, you see it right there, 111 degrees, 84 degree track temp, clear skies. Wind speed right around 9.5 miles per hour out of the north. That is gusting, by the way, so we'll see what happens. One of the things I've noticed about this track, as you see right there, a car spinning, is there's a lot of grass right there on the bottom, and the pit road's very interesting, but you see a lot of grass right there on the bottom, so if you start to slide, you're not going to stop for a while. But another thing that I want to mention is how fast this track is. We're seeing lap times in the 19 seconds. That's very fast if you look at how long the track is, and it is very flat. One thing I've noticed about the track temp was 111 degrees is how fast these guys are going to be burning up tires. We're going to see guys burn up tires fairly quick, or at least I expect to see it very quick here as the race continues. Remember, they're not allowed to take tires here in this series because they're super late models, so I do expect tires to give out fairly quick here. Passing could become a little bit of an issue. If you could get to the inside, though, it looks like you're going to be able to take that spot away. But, of course, on a longer run, you just never know how passing can become. So you got to make sure qualifying is going to be very extremely important, but you got to stay out of trouble. Last week, we've seen these guys have 9 cautions, which is a little bit more than normal. And, of course, there wasn't too many very happy race control people. The owners weren't very happy. That was back at Phoenix, so I expect that to be cut down a little bit tonight. So we'll see how this all shakes out. Last week, of course, Colin Allman was the winner. He led 76 out of the 24 laps. Dante Curtis finished 4th. 2 minutes before we get 10-minute qualifying underway. And as I mentioned, this place is going to be tough on these cars, going to be tough on these drivers as they get ready to head out and do 100 laps around here. Of course, next week you can check these guys out, by the way, to see all the information I get pretty much as well. Next week, we got a fun track where we head to Dover International Speedway. That's going to be a good one. Miles the Monster 100, always fun. And then we go to South Boston. Also, I want to mention we do got a special announcement coming up at the end of the broadcast for this league. So stay tuned. I will bring Aaron Ames in. We'll talk to him after the broadcast. I don't want to get him in here right now because of qualifying. I might be able to get him after qualifying. I'll send him a message to see if I can get him actually after qualifying. As soon as he puts down his laps, we'll bring him in. Try to, but I got to, message him and make sure it's okay. He's the one that's got the announcement. Might be able to try to go ahead and actually get that in. We'll have to make sure it's okay with him before we do it. So anyway, if not, we'll just do it after the broadcast is over, or right as soon as the race is over, we'll do it. But we have to wait and make sure, everything's good to go with it. So, how much seconds we got? 40 seconds, I think, until qualifying is getting ready to start. You see a lot of cars still getting a little bit of practice in. Much needed practice, I might add. Like I said, this track very difficult from what I've been told. I haven't had the chance to broadcast here yet, so this is my first one actually broadcasting here. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. And, yeah, it should be fun. It should be lots of fun. So, practice coming to an end. As you see the 4-car backing up. A lot of different paint schemes in here tonight, too. That 4-car looks really nice. Who is that? Danny Lawson. I like that. Really nice car. 24 drivers, so we're not going to be sending any drivers home tonight. That's always a good thing for these guys. As practice comes to an end, and it will be Colin Ullman that will be fastest here in final practice. And there you have it. Here we go. Qualifying underway. 10 minutes. As you see Adam Jocelyn rolling out on pit road. Off pit road, you see how the pit road is here. There's your top 20 where they will qualify. Here comes Jocelyn to take the green flag here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Oh, he gets a little loose and going to lock it down. We'll reset. Jonathan Smith, last year's season champion. Coming through turns 3 and 4. A little bit of apron there. I'm not sure if they're going to be running that all night or not, so that's something to be thinking of. First with a 19.666, actually a really good lap for him. Joseph McWhorter, teammate, currently second with a 19.699. Dante Curtis, your current points leader. Coming through 3 and 4. First, 19.544. Not a bad lap at all for the points leader. Jerry Glenn, currently 5th, 19.684. Michael, let's see how Michael does. Michael always usually puts in a good qualifying effort. As he starts his green flag lap, we will hop on board with him. Actually, you know what? He's actually going to reset, I believe. So, TJ Watt it is. In the 84. Have yet to put down a lap. By the way, you see Jocelyn jumps back up to the top of the board. Definitely an impressive lap there. Out of turn 4, stay in it. Did that lap count? It did not. So he will have to redo that. Keith Medeiros, I think he's his name. I was probably butchering it. Donald Clark to the top of the board. Great lap for Donald. Colin Ullman jumps up in front of him with a 19.345. Wow, almost a tenth faster than second place. Bob Loran out on track as well. Keith up to second. Great lap. 3.65. That's a great lap. TJ Watt rolling out of the pits. We'll hop over to Aaron Ames. Tim Bill's also on track. Got to keep an eye on Tim anytime he runs. Tim working through turns 1 and 2. See if he gets down. That car don't look like it wants to get as low as some of these other cars, and he locks it up. He's going to stop and reset. Michael going to cross the start-finish line. Probably not where he wants to be. We'll see. And the number 40 car out of Florida. That car gets to the bottom pretty good. It looks like it came up just a little bit. Gets down to the bottom once again. Third place. Not bad at all. I've seen AJ out there. AJ is out there. Qualified 16th. Bob Loran, 13th at the moment. Is he going to shut it down? He will. So Tim Bill's about to head back out onto the track. Meantime, let's hop on board with Tim and get a ride around Stafford Motor Speedway for his laps. See him going up and he's getting ready to stomp the gas. That's why he's up high. There he goes on the gas. He'll full throttle it out. You see a little bit of banking in turns 1 and 2. Not much. He goes up way too high. Definitely not where he wants to be. He does get it back down. On the brakes. And back out full throttle. And, oh man. He stops it again. He's not happy with where he's qualifying right now. Bob Loran currently in 13th. Looking for a little bit better lap in that number 14 out of Canada. Cross start finish line. So it's not improved. Still 3/10 off. AJ Brissett currently 16th, looking for a little bit more than a 19.682. He does not get it. 7.18. Currently puts him 16th. Tim Bills once again. Second for Mr. Tim Bills with a 19.340. Actually very impressive with that. Very good lap for Tim. You see how long these guys are on the brakes. You can see that rotor glowing. They're on the brakes quite a bit around this track. I believe that may actually end qualifying. 24 drivers have qualified. So what we'll do now, we will step away. Tim's just out there, Bob's just out there getting some practice in, which is why you see him on track. So it looks like Colin Allman going to be your pole sitter for tonight's race. So what we will do, we'll take a step back, do a quick commercial break, come back and get ready to grid them up. Welcome back to the PruittTeam.com Super Late Model Series Season 2. About to kick off this 100 lap race here around Stafford Motor Speedway. So this will end our week of broadcast. By the way, tomorrow, however, starts a new week. Tomorrow night, Red Light Racing Series. Then on Tuesday night, we will be with the SK Modified East-West Promotions. That's going to be a fun one. I know that's been anticipated for a while now. Be with them for their qualifying races and last chance qualifiers. Then on Wednesday, we will be back with them once again for the East-West promotions for the main race, 100 lap at SK Modified around this track, Stafford Motor Speedway. And then on Thursday, we'll be back once again with Go Fast Racing League. I forgot exactly what track we were at for them. I'll have to look it up. It's way too much. And then we have a couple days off, and then we're back here again on next Sunday. So very much looking forward to that. A lot of racing this week, a lot of broadcasts this week. So we'll see how it all shakes up starting tomorrow night. But first, we got to get through tonight. As these guys, by the way, get ready to take the track, and it is going to be Colin Allman. Going to be on the front row. Real fast, want to mention that if you are new to iRacing or think about joining iRacing, use promo code PRC-GRC and get $5, I believe. No, I'm sorry, $10 off for 3 months. So it's $5 for 3 months. Not bad. You can find all this stuff on Reddit. That's where I get a lot of these promo codes from. iRacing gives them out. So yeah, if you're interested in iRacing, check it out. As we get ready to go, I'm sorry, it is PR-GRC. That is what it's called. PR-GRC. Here we go. Gridding starting to take place. We're waiting on Colin Allman to grill. We're going to talk to him here in just a moment. As we look for him. A lot of good drivers in this race. That is one thing that you will learn about these guys. A lot of good racers in here. So let's talk to our pole sitter, the man himself, Colin Allman. As soon as I pull him in from NRC Racing. Hey, Colin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Man, pole tonight.
Yes, sir,
very hot track. What's going to be the key to keeping that car up front and getting the victory?
Keeping that record tire on is going to be huge. I got a couple of my teammates behind me. They're really fast, and Tim's always fast too. So keeping that record on is going to be important. I was glad I've got to be able to start on the pole because I remember in the practice race earlier before the season started, Tim got the pole. I qualified second, and me and him got together late, but it was extremely hard to pass. So I wanted to start up front, especially how hot the track is.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how much practice do you put in knowing that you come here because of qualifying? How much practice do you put in to try to get that top spot and starting spot because knowing how tough it will be to pass?
I usually don't practice during the week. I just practice when we get in here because I have a lot of setups. I've been running iRacing for a while, so I just come in the session like I'm busy all the time, so I usually just come in the session and practice then.
Well, man, that top starting spot going to be very important tonight. Tim going to be starting out beside you, so good luck tonight. It's going to be a fun race as always, and we'll hopefully be talking to you here at the end. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, thank you.
As he gets ready to roll off. And you kind of heard a starting position for this race, in my opinion. So far from what I heard, this is one of the biggest starting spots we got to have. Take a look at your grid. Colin Allman, Tim Bills, front row. Row number 2, we got Keith. I'm sorry, I'm not going to pronounce your name. I'll butcher it. But Keith in the number 26 starting at third. Meadows, probably butchering that. But Michael Goddard will be starting, or Goddard, I believe. Donald Clark, Levi Poland. Russell Charninsky, Adam Johnson in row 4. Row number 5, we got Charles Lar and Chris Stewart. And starting 11th spot, your championship leader at the moment, Dante Curtis, alongside Aaron Ames. Remember, we're going to talk to Aaron at some point tonight, whether it be after the race or during a caution. We'll have to wait and see. Right behind him in row 7, Jonathan Smith, Bob Loran. In row 8, we got Kyle Lorraine, Joseph McWhorter. Keep your eye on both of them. AJ Brissett, another guy to keep your eye on. Never really qualifies well, but always there at the end. Jerry Glenn will be starting in 18th. TJ White, Ryan Lanes. Ryan's looking for a good finish. Doc Stout, another good driver out of Virginia. Danny Lawson. Christopher Moody and Damian Plymesser. And, well, that's it. Chuck Smith does not race because he is the race control. So, here we go. Pace car is about to drop off. And the pace car is down, and we are green flag here at Stafford Motor Speedway. 100 laps underway. You see how much apron he's already using on that low side. There's a shot from above. Battle for second right now. Tim Bills. And Keith going at it. That inside line going to prevail right now. Keith's going to be able to take that spot away and slide up in front of Tim as we go down into turn number 1. Donald Clark, Michael fighting for position. This is for 4th. As we got our first caution of the night, and it looks like a good one. Jerry Glenn. Oh, yeah, there's some beat-up cars in this one. See what happened. Let's go high above into blimp cam. Not sure where this happened at. Oh, it actually happened up in front of them. The 57 and 25 got together. As A.J. Brissett. Might have been some contact with the 32 and the 57. There you go. A.J. just nowhere to go in that one. And one more look, Aaron Ames. We right on board with Aaron. Oh, he a little damage there. Let's see what happened right here one more time. Looks like the 32 got a little loose there. That's Joseph McWhorter. Oh, and got in the back of him right there. Definitely don't think it was on purpose. Looks like he actually tried to check up. Unfortunately, just got in the back of him. Brian Lange with some damage. I swear Ryan cannot catch a break. Levi Poland also on pit road. Sure what he's coming down the pit road for. Maybe too much tape on that car. His car looks good, so I'm guessing maybe too much tape or not enough fuel in the car. So that brings us to our first caution of the night. As we get ready to double them back up here in just a moment. I think we are set to go. Oh, pace light's back on still, I believe. I think we're getting ready to come to one to go. Here on lap 7 now. Real fast, look at your weather. That's one thing these guys going to be facing tonight. Track temp pretty hot here. Going to make passing very difficult in a longer part of this race. So you've got to really think about track position early in this race because it's going to be so tough to pass other cars on the long run. I want to mention Tim Bill's going to be starting in 3rd, so a little bit better position starting-wise for him. Seems like you really don't want to be up on the outside as we get this start underway. Pace car is in. Remember, he could go at any time. And green flag back out. A little bit of tail spin or wheel spin from Keith. That's going to allow Tim to stay side by side with the 26. And the 37 trying to clear that 26 car. And he does clear him. Here comes Michael to the inside as well. That bottom line, just where you want to be right now. You can use a little bit of apron. It looks like the 26 man got a little bit of damage, but does find his way to the bottom. Then you got the 78, Adam Jocelyn to the inside of Donald Clark. Side by side as they race out of turn number 2. That's Full Throttle Motorsports and Will and Dillon Motorsports right in front of Chris Stewart. Right behind him in the 49. Chris looks on. You can ride on board with him. Great shot there. As he is to the inside now of Donald Clark. This is for the position of 6th place. Donald's getting a pretty good run on exit. He's going a little bit higher on exit compared to the rest of them, so it actually helps him. Not going to help him this time. He gives up that spot and falls back now to 7th place. Dante Curtis, the championship leader. Running in 10th right now, right behind Jonathan Smith and at 23. Here comes that 03 at 25, right behind him. That's AJ Purcell, just caught up in that wreck just a second ago. Logan, or Dante with a little bit of wing damage, it looks like, or tail end damage. Not too bad. Looks like it shouldn't affect him whatsoever. Go back a little bit further in the field. This is TJ White in the 84. Budweiser car right in front of him is the 83 of Colorado. TJ's actually a really good driver. I'm surprised he's a little bit further back than what he is. Normally he's, somewhat up in the top 10. We'll have to wait and see if he can bounce back and have a chance at a solid finish. Back up to your points leader. Single file pretty much throughout the entire field now. As you look down on the track, see their entrance into turn 3. A little bit shallower entrance on that 03 compared to the 23, and it actually helps Jonathan Smith arcing it in just a little bit more. It helps him on the entrance. Not this time. 03 closes the gap just a little bit. That is the 20 of Russell Charninsky, by the way, who is up inside the points. Currently, I believe, third in points, I believe is what I said. I have to double check, but I believe third in points. Yes, he is third. 27 points behind Dante Curtis right now. So it's a pretty big points battle. Russell has to do his best to try to stay out in front of Dante. Battle for third. Oh, I apologize. Battle for second. The 37, the 26. Tim Bills trying to hold back Keith. Last time by, Tim a little bit faster. Actually, last time by, just about. Actually, they tied with the leader, Colin, and he were in the same identical lap. So far, fastest lap is on the 67, set on lap 2. We see most of our fastest laps set on lap 2 of every race. Notice that. Unless it's like a super speedway or right after a pit stop, sometimes you can get it, but. Riding on board with the 26. Somebody was down there pretty low. It looks like the 03 of Dante Curtis had a run. Here you go. Looking to the inside of the 23. Not a lot of room there. You got to be careful. I'm sure he knows that. He's a really good driver. Oh, drove it in there a little deep. That's going to be cutting it close. The 03 may have gave the 23 a little bit of a break there. Don't know how long he's going to give that break right now. We're still early on in this race. That could be why. Here comes Dante looking to the inside. Not going to be able to get there yet. Now he's to the inside of him once again. 23's not giving him a lot of room. Don't be surprised if we see a bump put on Jonathan Smith, who's done a good job of actually holding him down to not get to run out. But how patient would Dante be? As we work out of turn number 2, you see the gaps about a car length, half car length. So far, a pretty good long run here. The guy's got a feeling what that car is going to do. Been green now for over almost 20 laps. So they got kind of an idea of what their car is going to do like on a long run. Riding on board with Jonathan Smith. It's a great shot of this track here. Dante looking to the outside. He's trying to figure out a way around him. Thought I heard somebody getting a wall. Oh, that 25's got his hands full though. AJ Brissett coming off that corner almost sideways, sitting back in 11th, right behind these guys. He's actually running right in front of Charles Lauren at 44. I love that paint scheme on the 44. This is a great battle right here for 8th place. 23's got to run. He's going to look to the inside of Russell Charniski for 8th. Side by side. Whoa. Oh, a bump. The 03 puts the bumper to the 23. Backs out of it a little bit, lets him continue. Let him gather it up. That's one good thing that he just did. I noticed that. He put the bumper to him. Nothing wrong with putting a bumper to somebody. And you see the 20 just going to go ahead and move up. He really didn't want to give up that spot, but realized he does not want to get wrecked. The 03 put the bumper to the 23, then backed out of it, let him collect himself. Definitely a good idea to do that. But the question is going to be, how long do you want to keep being patient with that 23? We've seen the 03 be pretty fast when he was in traffic, so we'll see if he's able to get there once again, or will the 23 drive away. Jonathan, a very good driver and pretty good under pressure as well. You can see that right here. Here comes a run out of turn 2 for the 03. Not going to be able to get there yet again. Nothing really happening up front, by the way, for the lead. Colin Allman now out to a 1.3 second lead. He continues to lead here as he is starting to work in lap traffic. At number 67, Rocky Ridge Chevrolet Super Late Model. Closest battle right now behind him is right here for second place, the 26. Keith trying to put some pressure on Tim. So we are seeing a little bit of passing being done throughout the field still. But it might be time for some of these guys to possibly start thinking about using that front bumper a little bit. Don't want to do it too much, but, you know, just enough to let them know that you're there. Wow, he ran that apron all the way through the corner. Almost gets to the bumper, the 37. By the way, you see it right there, Jonathan Smith. Curtis Martin got it, or Curtis Martin, sorry, I don't know why I said Curtis Martin. Dante Curtis gets around. Here's that position for that change. That was for 8th place. 23 gets a little bit loose on exit. There you go. Had to fight the car. And 03 able to get around. Dante Curtis picks up 8th spot. So far, so good. Oh. Now we watch the 26 battle the 37. A little bit of a bump there. Here comes the 26 to the inside. Tim Beals. This could be close. 26, a little bit of a hit there on the 37. Moves him up the track just a little bit. And Tim Beals is going to fall back now to 3rd place. Keep in mind, Tim needs, you know, kind of a solid run here. He's back in 18th in points. He's only ran 4 races, which is one reason why. Is Scott Austin in here? I haven't seen him tonight. He is not. So 2nd place going to miss tonight. Wow. But Adam Jocelyn up to 5th. He's currently 35 points behind. So he's got a chance to make up a few points here on Dante Curtis, depending on what happens. You see the lap traffic here. That is the 97 of Jerry Glenn. He was involved in that first wreck. Right in front of the 2nd place, Keith. You see the 62 there as well. He's going to go a little bit higher. Actually running that high line. That's very impressive. It's Doc Stout. Doc's a very good job. We got to 4 around on the front stretch, and that's going to bring out a caution. Danny Lawson goes around. Actually, he may have had trouble on the exit of turn number 4. Looks like he got a little loose. And that is exactly what happened. Overcorrects into the wall. Unfortunately, a little bit of damage there, and caution comes out. We take a break. We'll be right back from Stafford Motor Speedway.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirled, I wanna be the man that saves the world.
Welcome back, PruittTeam.com Super Late Model Series, as we get set to double them up here at Stafford Motor Speedway. So far, a pretty good race. It has been the driver of the 67 out front so far for 42 laps, about to be 43. He has been the car to beat. She's a pretty good racing so far. It's very hard to pass. It's one thing we pretty much expected coming in here. Next week, however, we'll see a little bit more passes. We go to Dover International Speedway, Monster Mile 100. That should be a fun race. These super late model cars. Always a fun time there at Dover. Wheel spin going to be huge there. But yeah, it should be a good time. So we'll see how this shakes up. That 26 car on that outside, not where he wants to be. I have learned that over this race. You do not want to be on that outside. It does cost you spots. So we're about to find out. I got a bad feeling about this restart. It's about to get crazy. Pace car pulls in. And the green flag is out. And 67 is gone. And there we go. Green flag back out in the air here on lap number 45. Watching Donald Clark right now on that inside, working with Dante Curtis in that 03. Curtis trying to take over the 7th spot. Donald going to run him hard. There we go. A little bit of bump for the 44 on the 20. Worked out really fast. And there you go. We get single file right there up front. Tim Bills underneath Michael Goddard. And right now, everybody gets single file. Great job by them. I thought that would be really bad. Here comes the 44, Charles Lar, looking underneath the 25. The 91, Levi Pollin there as well. Remember, Levi came down pit road early. He's working his way back up. In this race, he started up in 6th place. So the number 91 running that low line. You see him in that yellow 91, that is. He's doing a pretty good job. Now up to 12th. Trying to get back up to where he was. Side by side, Levi Poland, the 83. Maybe a little bit of contact there with Kyle Lorraine. And Bob Loran. And that works its way out fairly quick. Poland now underneath AJ Brissett. This is for 11th. Oh, I seen a big piece of rubber just fly up. He takes it away. Right behind them, you got the 84. TJ White racing the 32, Joseph McWhorter trying to hold on to that spot. TJ trying to take 13th. He does. Looking at the number 40 car, he is showing in the 4th position now. We'll hop on board with him. You see him right there. Running right behind Tim Bills, who is in 3rd place. Everybody's single file now throughout the entire field. Get a look real fast at our cautions. So far, only 2 cautions for 10 laps. Not bad at all, actually. Definitely an improvement from last week. So far, that is. Jonathan Smith puts pressure on Donald Clark. Ryan Lane's trying to rebound after getting caught up early in a wreck, starting in 20th up to 17th. As we are a little past halfway now. And so far it has been the Colin Allman show. He talked about how important qualifying was here. He's done a great job of keeping the car up front. Last time by, about even with Keith. We'll check the times at the line this time to see if it continues to stay that way. That time, however, the 26 definitely closing the gap just a little bit. There you go. Is your better look. 67's got a really good drive off, but he does get the apron a little bit. Help that car rotate. Check the lines or times here. And once again, it is Keith a little bit faster that time. So the gap is closing right now, about 5/10 back from the leader to second place. Jonathan Smith looking underneath the 18. Not able to get there just yet. Dante Curtis has worked his way up to Adam Jocelyn. That's a big points position because Jocelyn, who is a little bit further back in points, 4th right now. Of course, Dante Curtis leading in points. Have to wait and see, but it looks like Dante Curtis could have another good points not going for him. Joe Spickwater, AJ Brissett. 32 and the 25. Side by side as they go down into turn 3. Oh, that 25 went a little wide. I apologize, that was turn number 2. And it looks like 32 going to take that spot away for now. The 40 and Michael has caught the back of Tim Bills. This could be a huge points position or a huge position for the 40. Have to wait and see if he's able to keep going. He is running faster lap times than the driver of the 37. Tim's kind of falling off a little bit. Not sure what's going on. Maybe that car just not set up for a really long run. I have noticed. Oh, man, I seen somebody. 78, Jocelyn. Way loose. As now he's trying to hold on to that spot. Not sure what happened there. He just got loose in the center of the corner and almost lost it. Did a great job saving it. And the 49 did a good job of checking up. Chris Stewart does a great job not running into the back of him. Same as the 03. That seems like what you got to do. You got to wait for them guys to make a mistake. It's so tough to pass. So what better way to get around them if they make a mistake? Don't know how patient this 49 is going to be here. He comes with a run. Chris Stewart trying to take away 6th place from Adam Jocelyn. '66. Oh, 83. 66 coming to 67 out of the 100 laps here. Once again, we'll take a look at the cautions and the weather. Only 10 caution laps tonight so far. 111 degree track tip. Probably warmer than that now since the cars are out there on track. So far so good. We have had a couple guys actually retired, doxed out. Ryan Lange is on pit road now. He's been there for 3 minutes. Charles Lahr, unfortunately, the 44 has disconnected. Christopher Moody, another really good super late model driver, has disconnected as well. And them are the only guys out at the moment. Everybody else still running, just some couple cars a lap down. Right now, the lucky dog would go to the 081 of Damian Plymesser. Don't know for how long. He's trying to stay a lap right in front of this group of guys. But the 57, you see him. He's going to go a lap down now. Aaron Ames, unfortunately, going to be 6 laps down. Looking to see if we can find the closest battle. There's really not really close one. Right here would be it. Michael Goddard, Tim Bills for 3rd place. Tim had a pretty solid car in the early running. However, the latest caution that came out pushed him back to 3rd. And that's where he's been running since. Got a car length out in front of the 40 right now. Keep in mind, guys, we do have a special announcement coming up at the end of the broadcast. We'll be talking with Aaron Ames. He's got a special announcement for anybody out there. Pretty cool. Little thing they got getting ready to start. So you'll be hearing that. And I know you can find out more about that on the podcast this coming up week from NASRA. They always do a podcast. Oh, Chris Stewart gets into the wall. They always do a podcast every week. Chuck Smith does a great job, and I want to say Charles Lahr, but I know it's not Charles. I forgot who else it was. I apologize. My brain's fried right now thinking about who it is. But yeah, Chuck does a really good job with the broadcast or the podcast. Two Guys podcast. So check that out. They post it on their Facebook page, NASRA, and you can check them out. And North America Sim Racing Association. So you'll be able to see all about that and hear about it. We'll probably also share it on the Trackside Racing Network page as well. There's the lap car you see. Danny Lawson. Michael Goddard going to go around him. This race has been a pretty good one. It's been pretty much all Colin Allman tonight. Well, it's 77 laps now. Or about, 77 laps out of the 77 that they have completed. Oh, he's got a little bit of lap traffic here, though, right up in front of him. That's the 14. It looks like the 83. He's going to give up a little bit of time here. Kyle Lorraine, Bob Lorraine. It looks like the 83 is going to let him go. The 14 is going to go wide as well. And the 67 will be down and away. Not really much racing out on track right now. Dante Curtis, oh, who was that? The 081 gets into the wall. Damian Plymesser, he gets into the wall and does a little bit of damage on his car. Now side by side with Dante Curtis. Uh-oh. Oh, hard into the wall. Maybe apply the wall that time. Showing in 18th place. Definitely not the night he wanted. It continues to get worse as the damage keeps building up on the side of that 81 car. It's not been his night. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. See if we can see this. Oof. All right. He may be bringing that car to pit road. It looks like he's going to. He's had enough. Said, I'm finished. Lap 83. And everybody not really racing right now. Everybody just riding. Closest battle is way back in 16th place. Dante Curtis is going to rebound really nicely. He's going to finish possibly inside the top 5. He is running 5th right now, so not a bad night for your points leader from RMS Motorsports. I know Logan Runyon is not in here tonight. He's been at the Short Track Nationals in Bristol. And didn't have the greatest luck there this weekend for him, but sure he'll be all right. Very good driver. Everybody's spaced out by almost a second pretty much. There's a couple guys like 7, 8 tenths, something like that. But everybody, for the most part, really spaced out. It has been one heck of a show Colin Allman has put on once again tonight. He was the winner of the last 2, looking for 3 in a row. C10 Bill's going on the 97. Man, Colin's doing really great. So the racing gets pretty good over the next couple weeks for these guys. Next week, as I mentioned, Miles the Monster 100. Then we got Adam Chapman Designs 100 from South Boston. Bob Moran 100, presented by the Roughnecks from Myrtle Beach. Then New Smyrna 100 and the ProTeam.com 100 from Milwaukee. I'm really looking forward to Dover, South Boston, Myrtle Beach, New Smyrna. Milwaukee's like, we're going to see. That could be a tough place. We'll see how that works out. I've never seen Milwaukee there, so we'll see how that works out for them. The 26, Keith's going to look like he's going to be finishing second. He's 2.3 seconds behind right now. Here's the closest battle. This is for 11th with TJ Watt and Levi Poland. The last couple laps, TJ has slowly been gaining on him. And here he comes, TJ, to the inside of the 91. Remember, Levi started up inside 6th place and came down pit road, and unfortunately has not been able to have the time to make up the positions he lost. But right now he holds on to 11th spot. Well, there's the 4 getting into the wall. Dante Curtis putting some pressure on. The 40 car. Oh, Michael's going to get a little loose right there. Kind of slowed him down just a little bit. 5 laps to go for our leader, Colin, right now. If a caution was to come out, the race would now be official, just to let you know. There's possibly a little shot. Don't think he got there quiet, but almost a little shot there put on. And I think we just had our problem, guys. We did. And iRace has decided to crash on us with 4 laps to go. So what we're going to do now, looks like Colin Allman's going to win this race. So we're going to stop this. We'll take a quick commercial break. Unfortunately, that happened, but that is part of it. And we will go back into that and take care of it. So give me just 1 second here as we go. Unfortunately, that happens. It's on iRace's part. They still haven't fixed it. So we'll be right back right after this. And welcome back. As you can see, we are loaded back up. And it looks like Colin Allman going to be your winner tonight here at, as soon as I get everything loaded back up, there you go. He's sitting on pit lane now. We're about to talk to him here in just 1 second. Once again, I do apologize for that, but he did finish the race out and was your winner. So we'll bring him in, talk to him, and here he is now. Hey, Colin, you got a copy? Man, was able to lead every lap tonight, 100 laps led, and you talked about that top starting spot. How important was that tonight to get to victory lane?
Not very important. You saw it with Keith and Tim, with them battling back and forth early in the run. It's so hard to pass here, especially when it's hot like this. So it's really important to qualify up front and stay up front.
3 in a row now. We head to Dover next week. Can you make it 4 in a row when we head to Dover? That place is a little bit different, a mile track, a little bit more banking in the corners as well. Can you make it 4 in a row? Because you've been pretty much on rails lately.
I'm hoping so. I mean, I probably won't get any testing done during the week, but I'm going to just throw a setup in when we get in the room, and hopefully it's good. And if it's not, hopefully we'll be able to get at least a top 5 out of it.
You come in here tonight, man, dominate once again, 100 laps led. I wouldn't be surprised to see you possibly in victory lane next week. So good job tonight. Any shout-outs you want to give out?
Shout out to my teammates, Keith and Michael, both all 3 of us in the top 5 tonight. And shout out to my mom and my boy Keith watching.
It's all right. Good job, man. Congratulations on a big win. Go out there and see what you can do next week. Thanks a lot, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Next up, we'll bring in Keith, who finishes in second, if I can find him. We'll bring him in. It's not going to show him in second, guys, but that was who finished second once I figure out what I'm doing. Where'd he go? There he is. Hey, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
Man, second place tonight. Very tough place to pass. What was the key to keeping that car up towards the front?
Definitely good qualifying position. Working on the qualifying setup because I knew it'd be hard to pass here, and working with Colin and Michael on the setup before the race, we knew that the track gets real hot, can't pass. We needed to start up front.
Whenever you're making these setups, is there anything in particular you're working on when it comes to these types of tracks? We know it's going to be a tough place to pass, but is there anything in particular you're trying to work on? It looks like, keeping the car to the bottom was the biggest thing.
Oh yeah, the speed was down bottom. Colin was working with me on my line, and the approach for these type of setups, it varies. On a flat track versus a bank track, we got what we think works best for us, and we do approach it a little differently setup-wise from a flat track to a bank track. And then our qualifying setups are definitely completely different than our race to try to start up front. But it really comes down to Colin, Michael helping me a lot on all my setups, just trying to become a better racer.
Yeah, I think this is the first race that I've called with you being in it, man. So you definitely made an impression on a lot of people in here coming in here and finishing second. That's definitely not easy. There's a good group of guys in here. So congratulations on that. Is there any shout-outs or anything like that you want to give out?
No, just Colin and Michael Goddard. Them two right there, they helped me a lot. It's my first race here. They told me to sign up, and I was really impressed with everyone in the field and how Tim Bills. I've raced with Tim Bills a lot in other leagues every week, so me and him raced together well. So just really impressed with the league and how everyone drove, actually. So
yeah,
shout out to everyone.
Good job tonight, and definitely a way to come in here and make an impression. Thanks a lot, buddy. You too.
Thank you, Adam, man. Appreciate it.
He really did. He actually surprised me really well. Next up, we'll talk to Tim Bills, who finishes in third. Tim comes in here. He actually qualified up in second. Hey, Tim, you got a copy? Well, man, another top three finish. Such a tough place to pass. We've seen it from the drop of the green flag, how tough it was to pass. Are you satisfied with third place? We talked to Colin at the start of the race. He said during a practice race that you and him had, there was nothing he could do. That's how big starting up in the pole was for him.
Yeah, definitely the pole was big, was going to be huge, but either way, Colin was fast. There wasn't going to be anything I could do with him anyway. I'm pleased with a third for what I had. I'm going to have to go back to work on this some more. We're still lacking.
Which is kind of surprising. All in all, you had a great run, but we've seen, some of your other teammates struggled just a little bit as the run went on and stuff like that. But we know Dover comes up next week, a little bit different type of a track, being it's a mile track. How do you feel about heading there, with that much banking and stuff in these cars?
I think that'll be a fun race. It's going to be something different, which I'm going to look forward to. I think you're going to see a lot of fall off. You're going to see some cars that are going to be really fast at the beginning, and then they're probably going to fall off, or vice versa. Cars that are slower at the beginning are going to be faster at the end. That can be a lot of fun watching their racing there.
Tonight's race definitely an improvement from last week. 9 cautions last week. Tonight, not even close to that. So, man, definitely a good run all in all. Good race for everybody tonight. Third place for you, so not horrible. Definitely, I know you want a little bit more, so not bad. But any shout-outs like that you want to give?
Yeah, I got to give a shout-out to my sponsor, your H&H Sign Supply, and Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports. And got to thank all the guys over there at Donald and Russ and TJ. And this week I haven't been able to test much, and they come in and had a pretty good start here. So we're just I appreciate all their help they had, and you guys for broadcasting the race there, Adam, and then for Chuck putting this on. He does a really good job. With what he's working with here. Sometimes we have some rough races, but he puts a lot of effort into it.
Did a really good job tonight, man. So good job on that, and we'll be talking to you here soon. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Adam.
Back up, and then now I want to bring in Aaron Ames, who's got a special announcement, and Aaron, you got a copy. Man, I know y'all are working on some things, or you're working on some things and all that good stuff. Why don't you go ahead and explain to everybody about what it is and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, a lot's been going on behind the doors here the last 2 weeks in NASRA. I got with Chuck Smith and Jimmy Babs, along with Jason Perry, and we put together a truck series that's going to be coming out here, qualifying races coming up in June and going racing in July. So it's going to add another, adventure to the NASRA, group here. But we're looking forward to it. We got a lot of big things. We're going to be doing a podcast Thursday, which will be more in depth of what the truck series is going to entail and everything. But
Any
it's a pretty big
certain
deal.
day that you plan on running out, or have you figured that part out yet, or is that still something that you're working on?
Yeah, we were gonna hold back and release that
Okay.
on Thursday's podcast. But yeah, with the qualifying, I will say this: qualifying will be one
Okay.
night,
So
racing on
definitely tune
another.
into the podcast on Thursday. We know that's going to be actually a very interesting podcast. I'll definitely be listening to that because I'm actually looking for a truck league, so I'm gonna actually have to hop in that myself. So yeah, man, definitely looking forward to that. I know it's going to be broadcast over on Max Speed TV, which is a great group of guys. So looking forward to that, and everybody tune in to the NASRA podcast. Aaron, thanks for joining me, and great news by the way. I'm looking forward to it.
I appreciate you having me and allowing us
For
to
sure.
announce this. It's been pretty big, and we've all been biting our tongue, wanting to get it out there to the public. And like I said, anybody can come try out. There's
Okay.
4 qualifying races, which the field will be selected. And like I said, more details to follow during the
For sure.
podcast. So be sure to tune in to NASRA on Facebook and on to NASRA's website. And,
For sure. We would
you know,
definitely be sharing the
listen in.
podcast as well to our page, so they'll be able to listen there as well. So, man, good talking to you. Sucks about your luck tonight, but looking forward to the podcast.
Yeah,
You
yeah, we
did.
had a good car. Unfortunately, we got kind of rain over there at the early stage, but the car was still good enough even with all the damage. Something was broke on it, but we limped it by, and I could get in and race with
Right.
the higher packs, but I didn't want to interfere with the race. But yeah, Adam had another good run, so
Yeah, for sure,
it's a
man.
team
Well,
effort.
good job. Sorry about your luck tonight. Looking forward to the podcast on Thursday, and we'll be talking to you here soon, I'm sure. Thanks a lot, man. We will
Appreciate
move
it, sir.
him up. And that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. That's going to wrap up our weekly broadcast. We'll be back tomorrow night, Red Light Racing Series. But sorry about the little ending there. We'll get it fixed. It's an iRacing issue. It's been going on for months for a lot of broadcasters. Don't know why. But we'll get it worked out somehow or another. Want to thank everybody again for watching. Congratulations to Colin Allman, who once again wins 3 in a row here for the NASRA Racing Series. And yeah, that's going to do it. Hope to talk to y'all here soon. Have a great night. God bless.